from a pro when it comes to checking our tires. Amanda?
The first week of June is National Tire Safety Week, and as the summer driving season shifts into high gear, routine maintenance on your car is essential. The most important place to start is where the rubber meets the road, your tires. And with this month between Memorial Day and Labor Day being the 100 deadliest days for teens, it's more important now than ever to be prepared. Matt Emmons, tire expert, Vice President, Tire Rack, as well as Sarah Robinson from Michelin, join us now to keep us safe on the road. Thank you both so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
And like I mentioned, the 100 most deadliest days are between Memorial Day and Labor Day. I mean, that is pretty dangerous, and most of the summer. How do we keep our families safe on the road?
Well, there are a couple of simple things we can do. Nobody's really thinking about tires, even though they're so important for your safety. So we'll just break it down into TIRE. Tread, inflation, rotation, and education. So real quick about the tread, you want to make sure that the grooves are deep enough to continue evacuating water and resist hydroplaning. Simple way to check this is to take a penny, turn it over, and drop Lincoln on his head in each one of the tread grooves. Make sure that you can't see the top of his head. If you can, then you're down to 2:30 seconds and it's time to replace your tires. Those grooves are so important for wet performance and safety.
That takes us then to I in tire, and I is inflation. And it's so important to remember that you have the proper inflation in your tires because it allows your tire to really perform well, which means safety to all of us, as well as give us the best in fuel efficiency. And to find the optimum pressure to really set those tires at, you need to look in the door jamb of your vehicle. There's a placard there, or in the owner's manual, and you'll find the pressure that you need to set in your vehicle. You need to then check those pressures at least once a month, and do it when it's cool in the morning. And then in addition, when you get prepared for that summer road trip and you're loading up the vehicle with your loved ones as well as, the equipment and luggage for the week, then you need to make sure that, you check them again because you may need to add a little extra pressure for that extra load.
So I guess I'll just keep spelling it out for R, and R is for rotation. This one's pretty quick and simple. Every 6,000 to 8,000 miles, whether you think you need it or not, just go ahead and do it. It maximizes the life of your tires as well as maintains the performance longer.
And then E, as we mentioned, is education. And you talked about it being the 100 deadliest days of the year. And that's particularly important for our young drivers, our teen drivers. So the Tire Rack Street Survival Program that we do in conjunction with Michelin, as well as car clubs around the country, is a program that really helps to teach teens the most important thing about driving, and that's how to control their vehicle in emergency situations. We want them to be able to make decisions based on experience rather than just guessing. And so in the Street Survival Program, they drive their own vehicle, doing different exercises such as slalom, skid pad, things that would help teach them the limits of themselves in the vehicle, and they do all that with a coach sitting by their side in the vehicle. So a great program that in one day gives them really experiences that will serve them for a lifetime.
And speaking of teens, how do we help our teens to realize the importance of constantly being attentive while we drive? I mean, we all have heard of the deadly accidents that can happen from teens texting, looking down at their phone. How do we stress the importance of paying attention, and whatever is happening with your phone can wait?
Well, a couple of things here. It's not enough to just steer a car. You have to drive a car, and so that's what the Street Survival Program really ingrains in them and actually makes learning fun, to realize that driving requires constant attention and a skill level that you develop over time. LOL can kill a person just by taking that moment of attention off the road and onto your cell phone, or even the passengers in the car around you. That limited level of distraction, you can travel 3 football fields before you've even had a chance to realize what's happening. So it's critical.
And one more thing, Amanda, I think that is so important is we have to realize as parents of these drivers, we have to give them the example. So we've got to pay attention too. And when we're driving with them and riding with them and they're learning to drive, we need to really be attentive ourselves to what they're doing and not just be on the phone texting or talking on the phone, as we're supposed to be teaching them to drive. So very important for us all to be very engaged while driving.
I agree. Well, thank you both for the wonderful tips this morning and for your time.
Thank you so much, Amanda.
Thank you very much.
And don't go anywhere. The Morning Blend will be back before you know it.